Let us now learn what is meant by a fraction and what are the various types of fractions. As we have already discussed, rational numbers are those numbers which can be expressed in the form of a by b, where b is not equal to 0 and a and b both are integers. And from the various examples, we have found that there are some rational numbers where the denominator b is equal to 1. For example, 8 is a rational number. Why? Because it is in the form of 8 by 1, where the denominator b is equal to 1. And then at the same time, there are some other rational numbers where the denominator b is not equal to 1. So this is one major classification of rational numbers. Rational numbers can either be integers or fractions depending on the denominator. If the denominator is equal to 1, then it is an integer. And if the denominator is other than 1 but not equal to 0, then it is considered to be a fraction. So fractions are nothing but rational numbers where the denominator b is not equal to 1. Whereas integers are rational numbers where the denominator b is equal to 1. So let us now understand what is actually meant by fraction and what are the various types of fractions. A fraction denotes a part or parts of a unit. So a fraction is nothing but some part of the given unit. It is majorly classified into the following types. So here we have got three major types of fractions: proper fractions, improper fractions and mixed fractions. So let us understand what is the difference between these three types. Proper fractions. These are the fractions in which the numerator is less than the denominator. For example, 1 by 2, 3 by 5, 6 by 7, 9 by 13 and so on. So as you can see here, in each of these fractions, the numerator, that is a, is less than the denominator, that is b. For example, 1 is less than 2 or 9 is less than 13. So all these fractions are called proper fractions. Why? Because these are actually a part of 1, that is 1 unit. So these fractions are called proper fractions. And the other point that we can understand here is proper fractions are always less than 1. Why? Because these are a part of 1. The second type of fraction that we have here is improper fractions. Now these are the fractions where the numerator is more than the denominator. That means a, the numerator, is more than the denominator b. Now some examples here are 5 by 4, 3 by 2, 14 by 9, etc. So as you can see, in each of these fractions, numerator is more than the denominator. 5 is more than 4, 14 is more than 9, 3 is more than 2. So all such fractions where the numerator is more than denominator are called improper fractions. Why? Because they are in the form of a by b, but they are more than 1. So such fractions are improper fractions. And the point that to be understood here is all these fractions are greater than 1. So proper fractions are those fractions where the value is numerically less than 1, and improper fractions are those where the value is more than 1. The third and the last fraction here we have is mixed fractions. Now mixed fractions are those fractions which consist of two parts, an integral part and a fractional part. So a mixed fraction is a combination of an integer as well as a fraction. Some examples here are 1 6 by 7, 12 5 by 8, 9 2 by 7, etc. So as you can see here, each of these fractions have got two parts, an integer part and a fraction part. For example, in the first case here, we have 1 6 by 7. So 1 is the integer part and 6 by 7 is the fractional part. Similarly, 12 5 by 8. Here 12 is the integer part and 5 by 8 is the fraction part. And likewise in 9 2 by 7, 9 is the integer part and 2 by 7 is the fraction part. One important point that is to be observed here is a mixed fraction is nothing but an improper fraction. Why? Because when we simplify this, it comes out to be more than 1. As already we have some integer part, that is 12, 9, 1, etc. So when this complete fraction is considered, that is integer part plus the fraction part, it will definitely be more than 1. And we very well know that fractions which are more than 1 are improper fractions. So all the mixed fractions are actually improper fractions. So this is a major classification when it comes to fractions: proper fractions which are more than 1, improper fractions which are less than 1, and mixed fractions which have got a combination of an integer part and a fraction part.